What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are the Third String Podcast back with another wonderful episode. Short and sweet, but it's going to be effective because we have some things to talk about. So, Daryl, good sir, what do you have for us today?
On this jam-packed sports.
Yes.
Right. With everything that's going on, thank God again. I think we started the last podcast. Thank God for the NFL and everything.
Yes, perfect timing. And the WNBA.
And the WNBA and draft is on the 19th, 17th minute up. But the biggest news, we talked about Tom Brady, and so there's no need to go back. I think the other biggest news is Panthers cut Cam Newton.
Yep.
Yesterday.
I saw it coming a while ago.
But why didn't they been do it then? Why, if you saw it coming, why wait this long?
They were waiting for options. That's my opinion. They were waiting for options to come up. Obviously, they got Teddy.
They signed, and they couldn't sign Teddy until they cut or traded Cam.
Right, but they didn't know that anybody like that was available till now. So they waited, and then they did what they had to do. I don't know if I've ever said it on a podcast episode or whatever, but I know I've said it just in general that I just felt like Cam Newton was more into fashion. Mm-hmm. Like that's his route that I know people are saying that, but like legitimately, if you watched his like how skillful he is and he was, and then he started focusing a lot more on fashion, I felt like he was going to retire soon and just stop, because you also saw a huge wave of younger players that were playing less than 10 years stopping.
Right.
And he has racks of money. He's fine.
Yeah.
He could stop and then go into fashion and continue making money on that route.
Right. The Cowboys center, I can't think of his name right now. He just retired. He was 29 years old.
Everybody's doing it before 30.
Yeah. Cam Newton, I disagree with you on the fashion. I disagree in this point. I think he still cares about football. He still wants to play.
I think this rejuvenated his love.
I definitely think this rejuvenated. I think the Panthers were already know they were going to move away from him, and they did him a disservice by not cutting him sooner. I understand they were trying to trade him because they were trying to get something for him, but when they cut him, almost all the jobs had dried up. So that, to me, is why I thought this was kind of disrespectful for what he's done. They knew he was going to come. They knew they were going to move on from him.
Yeah.
And football is different. Like in basketball, you can hold on to players.
Like Kawhi waited and then screwed over the Lakers, even though they're fine.
I'm talking about like trading players. You can hold on to players and eventually you can move them for some, because you can get like expiring contracts and draft. Yeah. There's more in football. They're not gonna if they don't want you, they're like, I'll just wait till you cut them, because you gotta cut them. So why would I give you anything for them? So if the Panthers knew that, then why in the midst just cut them? Because you needed to cut them to sign Teddy anyway. Right. You couldn't sign Teddy, so you should have just cut him. That's my only gripe about it.
No loyalty.
Yeah, it's no loyalty. This is the first year though, because I want to ask you, where do you think Cam's going to go? But this is the first year that there's more quarterbacks than jobs.
If you're talking about, okay, well, rewind first, and I'll touch on that. I do recall us talking about saying that Cam was going to be cut. I do remember now saying that, because you remember I said Cam had the surgery, Cam was going to be gone, and because it's pretty much like he's in that draft,
right?
The draft this year, so you're going to have the draft picks that are coming out, and then Cam's in that mix. And then you can throw in Jameis now with that. Like, it's crazy. Right. Now, talking about what you were saying,
right,
bro, it's exciting for us, for a podcast sake, but removing that and just talking about what you're saying job-wise, that's sad, because, like, I think they'll have jobs, right? But you're going to have a lot of starters be backups.
Yep, be backup. And I think you're going to, like the Dolphins, I think going to pick up one of them, because I don't think Tua plays this year. Yeah, I don't think Justin Herbert is good enough to start right now.
Yeah,
people who get like Jacob Eason. So you're gonna need a quarterback to take you over.
Oh, mentioning him, you're gonna see where I think he's gonna go.
Oh, really? All right. That's a teaser. But seeing people who get these people, they're not ready. You're gonna need like the Chargers. I know Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, you either love him or you hate him. I don't really care for him as a starter. I think Chargers are ready to win now. So what do you think you put Cam on that team? Because remember, we talked about Teddy and Marcus Mariota going to the Chargers. Yeah. What if Cam goes there?
Like, is that your number one?
Yeah, Chargers are the number one because to me, they're not a team like the Dolphins are a team that's not ready to win now. Redskins, a team that's not ready to win now. Chargers are ready to win now.
But the Redskins just made a move, right?
Yeah, they did. They traded for Kyle Allen. If that's the move.
Oh, sorry. I guess that was it. Yeah. Well, he started a little bit, so.
Yeah, but he's not a win now. And Dwayne Haskins is not a win now. That's why they're arguing Tua might go to the Redskins.
If you have 3 of those guys, that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's done.
Yeah, so Cam Newton, let's say you draft Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
And you sign Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Herbert's not ready yet.
Are you talking about to the Chargers?
Yeah, to the Chargers. Or let's say they jump up and get Tua. They move to 3rd to get Tua. He's not ready yet. You have Cam right there. You only signed Cam for a year. You're not it's like, yo, this is a prove-it deal. You can help us, and we can help you. You show out, you'll get your next big contract with whatever team, and you'll help us.
Yeah.
So, because they need to fill seats. Chargers that's the reason they wanted Tom Brady.
Yeah, it was always so sad watching their games.
Yeah, they need to fill seats because, no offense, but LA fans are not the most loyal.
Nope.
So they need
USC games that did better than theirs.
Yeah, USC Lakers games, and that's of the Lakers' history. Clippers now because they're competitive. But like LA has notorious not been the most loyal, so
they're spoiled.
Yeah. Cam Newton, a healthy Cam Newton.
Which I believe he will be.
Look at what they got. They got Eckler. They got Hunter that they franchise tagged. The 2 big wide receivers, Allen and Mike Williams. They have a good team.
Yeah, I'd like him on that team. I really would. I think that's my number one for him.
That is so.
Yeah, the Chargers. If that fell through, where else would you see?
A lot of people. I don't know if there's another place. To be honest with you, it would probably be whatever.
That's sad though. You have an MVP, superstar, multi-million-dollar player that can still play if he just gets the surgery, which he did, and he heals up and recovers, and he's back with that hunger and that grind. This dude's better than everybody, possibly everybody, or can compete with everybody in the league. And you're looking at him only having potentially 1 spot or being a backup. That's crazy.
Is one team, but he will be a backup. Well, there's 2. Okay, I have 2 of them. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If this doesn't work, number 1, Pittsburgh Steelers. He would have to be a backup, but
at least for a year.
But Ben Roethlisberger is not the most he's very injury prone. Yeah. He's older, and they all play kind of the same style almost.
I would like him on there too.
Yeah, so I think that could work. The other team, now this one's going to be very sad.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos.
Nah.
Back up to Drew Lock.
Nah.
This is going to be sad because if
he would quit.
But if Drew Lock doesn't come out and perform, then you can bring in Cam as your backup, kind of what they did with Joe Flacco.
I don't think Cam's going to take any position that doesn't require him to start besides that Pittsburgh one.
Where you going to go?
Other than that, he's going to find a way to get what it's going to be starting over wins. He's going to find some place to go where he has to start, and it has to be the Chargers.
One other team that he could start.
Yes. Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars. That is it.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. Like Minshew. Minshew was okay. He was serviceable.
But you would take Cam over him.
Absolutely.
Yes.
See, Jameis Winston, I feel, has a different thing.
He doesn't need to start.
Backup.
Yes, he doesn't. I'm sorry. I agree. I agree with that. I'm not to laugh, but I agree with that.
He has to, because he has to prove. The main problem with Jameis Winston is he throws too many interceptions.
Yes.
He turns the ball over. So he has to be with somebody, some quarterback guru that basically in the background, he basically needs to be Ryan Tannehill. How Ryan Tannehill was last year, that's what Jameis Winston has to be. I know it hates him because I think he's 24, 25, so he's much younger than Tannehill.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I thought a good place for him to be is Atlanta. If we had the money for him to just be a backup. But does James want to be? Now, am I saying he's coming to Atlanta? No, he's not coming to Atlanta.
No, he's not.
I'm saying a team like that. So he could go to like New Orleans. He could go back to Tampa Bay, just be the backup. But it depends on, are you going to let your pride get in the way of your future and saying, no, I'm not taking this backup role. I'm not taking this less money.
He would do it.
You think he'll play backup?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think the best job for him is to come back and be a backup for Tom Brady.
I agree.
That's the best job for him.
And you have I'm sure you have a big house. You don't need to move or anything. Like, you literally could just do your thing and learn from Tom Brady.
Yep. Now, you're going to take a huge pay cut.
Yes.
But
he going to take a huge pay cut anywhere he goes.
Where he goes. So if you're going to take a huge pay cut, at least stay home.
Yeah.
You're from Florida. At least stay in Tampa. At least they don't have any state income tax. So at least government's not.
True. So you took the pay cut, but you still are keeping more of your money.
Yeah. The only other team probably would be Jacksonville, depending, because I don't see them drafting a quarterback, and Minshew might not be great next year.
Yeah, I agree.
And so you might add James at that point because is young enough to kind of build around.
Right.
So other than that, Jacksonville would be the only place I take him.
Okay.
So if the Falcons sign him for a backup, I ain't mad. He killed us. So,
I agree. At least let him compete.
Well, he ain't competing in
I'm talking about for backup.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely backup.
We do keep 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, especially because of the new CBA, rosters have expanded, and that's the reason I can't wait to get into my mock draft, because it's the reason. I have one pick that we're gonna debate over. No, but the people are gonna debate. Okay. But they have expanded rosters, so you can. I think it's like 3 more roster space, so it's not like you're taking away from them. You're just adding them one of those extra spaces.
I'd be cool with Schaub being a 3rd string.
I'd be cool with Schaub leaving.
Actually, no. I do want him to leave because what's that dude?
You talking about Kirk?
Ben Kirk or whatever.
Yeah.
I like that dude a lot because that dude in the preseason was nasty.
He was nasty.
But then he tore his ACL or something like that.
Yep.
But I wouldn't mind breeding him to be something great.
I just don't think. I think he was undrafted. I think he's cool.
He has an arm though.
He does have an arm. I just don't think we develop quarterbacks really well. Like, well, I guess we don't know.
We don't know because a lot of this team's going to be changed in the next 2 years. A lot of these players are going to be gone.
Especially if they don't. Well, they're picking.
I'm talking about if they don't win, they're going to be gone.
They told us to bet. We're basically putting all the chips to the table on our offense with the moves we made. To have Gurley. I don't know why people are talking like Treadwell is this great pickup. Just because he was it was like Falcons could potentially start 11 first rounders. I'm like, Treadwell.
Yeah, you saw that?
No way Treadwell is starting.
First of all, that's a dumb stat.
Yes.
None of that matters.
And 2 of the people they listed aren't going to start. James Carpenter.
Yeah.
If he starts at left guard, we have a problem.
Yeah.
If Treadwell starts at wide receiver, first of all, he takes away one of the other Calvin Ridley.
And we have the most stacked wide receiving core in the league.
Yeah. Because I told you I like Russell Gage. I really like Russell Gage.
Right.
Like, he's not getting past Russell Gage. So for you even put him those 2 players, they're not going to start. So we potentially start 9 first rounders.
Yes.
But
which is still a lot.
but so
Yeah, that's what I said.
If it doesn't contribute and win, I think Gurley is going to help a lot.
I agree. I agree.
Let me say, I think our offense is going to be straight. I think
it's gonna be Super Bowl bound, or I'm talking about that Super Bowl year straight.
It's gonna be good. It's because we're not gonna put a lot on Gurley. We have still Brian Hill. We have Ito Smith. We're not gonna put a lot on Gurley. We still have what we said: Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage. And now,
did you see the story about Julio and him?
And who?
Todd Gurley. So. Todd Gurley just told the story or whatever, and the Falcons Instagram reposted it about when Todd Gurley got cut. It was somebody else and Julio hit him up. They came over to his house and they chopped it up, talked about it, and then he said, and I quote, "I want to come back to the A. I miss Georgia. I want to come back." Nice. And then things happen. I guess Julio pulled the strings and it happened.
Well, thank God for Julio. I think this is the first year where we brought in two players who actually wanted to be here.
For people who say I want to be here,
Dante Fowler said I wanted to be here before, and I didn't think we had the money to get him.
So we didn't.
And when Gurley became available and saying I want to be here, I think it's gonna be dope. I just hope Gurley only signed a 1-year contract. I hope, because he's 25 years old. I hope he could.
But we picked up that his contract he had, right?
No, because they cut him. Rams cut him.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So he signed a 1-year, $6 million contract.
Hey, you prove it, man. You'll get a big one.
Yeah, but I want him to get a big one here.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping he gets.
We're not gonna, because he's not going to leave if he does well. Right.
And then you know who comes off the books next year is our guy. I know this is not big, but Ricardo Allen comes off the books. His contract is up.
Thank you.
Alex Mack, I think contract is up next year.
Yeah.
So it'll be some money there.
Oh, good.
Speaking of which, let's go into the draft now.
Let's dive right into it. I'll let you start first.
Okay, so we said that we were going to do. I have this. It's NFL. It's thedraftnetwork.com. I do mock draft. They actually where you could pick a team, and it will. So we pick the Falcons. It will mock everybody else, but we get to pick the Falcons pick.
Yes, correct.
And it's based off need and other things about it.
Correct.
I try to make this as fair as possible. Sometimes I saw like Chase Young go like 5th or 3rd. If I saw that, I restarted it before the pick because I try to make it as realistic. We understand Joe Burrow's one. Chase Young.
That was the most set one was Burrow's. He's definitely going number 1.
Yeah, he's definitely going 1. And I think Chase Young, 95% chance he goes 2. Tua could jump up if the Redskins want to do that, but I don't see them doing that. Now, especially Rivera is a defensive coach, so they're going to go defense.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with mine first.
Okay.
All right, do you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, let me share it.
Yep. These are always fun to do.
Are you ready?
Right. Yes.
This is
okay. There you go.
This is cool. So, first overall pick at 16. Now let me say this before I even talk about this. I do not believe Javon Kinlaw will be there.
Yeah.
But at 16, he was there for me when I did it.
Yeah.
Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle after South Carolina. Now, why did I go with this pick? I could have went Fulton out of LSU. I could have went Chase Young, edge rusher out of LSU. Why did I go Kinlaw? Well, I will tell you why. First of all, Chase Young got hurt. He doesn't have the production numbers that I wanted. And because we got Dante Fowler, I just didn't feel like edge rusher was the number 1 on my list. Your boy, C.J. Henderson, is probably the second best corner in the draft. He was already picked up. And I felt that cornerback, I had a lot more options in the second round, which I'm going to get to after this. But the biggest thing is Javon Kinlaw when the time we went to a Super Bowl, what did we have next to Grady? Another big defensive tackle. Javon Kinlaw is probably the best rushing defensive. Yeah. He's probably the best.
Yeah.
That's my first round. Second pick is AJ Terrell, the big lanky cornerback out of Clemson.
Yep.
Now, I was a little turned off about AJ Terrell because the last time we saw AJ Terrell, Joe Burrow and Jefferson ate him alive.
Facts.
So I was a little turned off. He still was the best cornerback. That was probably his only bad game. It just was a bad game. We need help at cornerback. Isaiah Oliver, I think, is the number 2. Kenneth Sheffield, I think it's more of a slot. I want him in the slot because I don't want a second-year player playing outside.
Yeah.
So AJ Terrell, I think he's a great cornerback for us to have. Now, the first pick my third round pick is the one we're probably going to debate about, Jalen Hurts. Now, the reason I picked Jalen Hurts is because he's not ready to play now. He's not going to supplant Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
He might not even supplant Matt Schaub. But this is what my thinking.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. I didn't have
Yeah.
great options at this pick. It wasn't like I'm a guy who picks off need, and I just didn't feel like I didn't want to get a running back or wide receiver just because it was there. I just didn't feel like it was great options. Jalen Hurts is a project that could work out. I kind of see a lot of Russell Wilson in him.
Yeah.
If he develops, give him some time to develop. About 2-3 years, when Matt Ryan's contract up, he might be ready to take over as the starting quarterback. And again, what I said earlier, the rosters have expanded, so it's not like you're cutting somebody to put him in. You're just giving him one of those extra 3 slots, I think.
Right.
So you're running with 3 quarterbacks on your roster. Next, for the 4th round, Solomon Kinley from Georgia. This guy will be your right guard. And also, when Alex Mack, I'm assuming Alex Mack will not be here next year, he will take the center position.
Okay.
That's where Anthony Jennings, he is an edge rusher out of Alabama. He is going to take Javondre Campbell's spot. He's not great in coverage, but you basically want to have him on 3rd down. Basically, you want to blitz, even though we're not a really blitzing team, and hopefully develop him as more of an outside linebacker to be every day on the field. But basically, my goal is for him to take Devondre Campbell's spot. I felt like the one thing the Falcons didn't do was have Devondre Campbell rush a lot when they should have.
Right.
They have him there and have him rush more. And the last one, Davion Taylor, linebacker out of Colorado, he is a project. I think our weakest position right now is linebacker. We need, first of all, you have Deion Jones and then everybody else. So we need more depth at linebacker. He is a project. He's very raw, and I'm just hoping that he develops.
Okay.
And that is my draft. What do you think? What do you have to say about that, John? What do you have?
I trust you on that. I like everything you said. You definitely had good picks. You'll see the one with CJ, Florida Gator. Yeah. That one was an option. I wouldn't mind taking him if he's available for that first pick. I obviously know he's a good DB.
Right.
But overall, your whole draft was really good, and I think breaking it down like that as you did, we could really do good on top of capitalizing on free agency and with what we have.
Yep.
I like it. I trust it. I trust you with
the Jalen Hurts. You know, I've been big on Jalen Hurts.
I know. With that, let me see something really quick. No, I didn't. I thought I did. Okay. I just don't feel like they're going to touch that right now.
All right. This is why I felt like they might. Because I felt like they touched we needed a running back, they got Gurley. We needed a tight end.
That's immediate, though.
Yeah, we needed a defensive end. I felt like in free agents we tackled so many of our basic needs that in the draft that we had a chance to make a gamble on something. Quarterback is still a need, but it's not a big need. It's one of the lower needs because everybody we talk to, every sports writer, every radio host loves Matt Ryan for whatever reason.
Are there any reports though of possible Jalen Hurts sightings?
No.
So
this is how my draft kind of, and I thought, let's take a risk on somebody who could potentially be good. It's almost like Calvin Ridley. We didn't have Calvin Ridley on our board, but he was good at that point.
Yeah, you had to snatch him up.
Yeah, we thought it was no way he was going to be there.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is one of those. I just feel like taking a risk and trying to make him develop, taking 2 to 3 years for him to develop is way better than. And like I said, I saw a lot of Russell Wilson in him. I know it's a little different because Oklahoma probably makes everybody look good.
Yeah.
But I still see a lot of Russell Wilson in him. I just want to try it out.
I agree. And, I want that as well, just like you. I just feel like he might go to, like, the Broncos.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I saw.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying this caveats in my draft, because do I think they're going to get Jalen Hurts? Probably not, but how my draft went, I felt like it was a good chance to take a risk. And Thomas Dimitrov said we're a team that drafts off need. At that point, I felt like there wasn't a need to really fit, and I didn't want to give us a wide receiver or running back. I felt like we didn't need a wide receiver running back with the moves we made. But Javon Kinlaw, he fell to me, and I really don't think he'll be there at 16.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see yours.
All right. Let's see what we got. All right.
And I think it's going to put us in the Super Bowl, by the way. My draft.
I trust that. That's why I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. All right.
Okay.
So, before I start, what's your overview of what you see so far?
I see Jonathan Taylor, which a lot of people were talking about, still wanted us to do the Swift. Yes. I didn't really think that we needed a running back, but I'm not mad at somebody getting a running back.
Right.
Taysom.
And if this does happen, like say my second pick in this happens with Jonathan Taylor, who are we cutting?
That's where it goes. You would have to cut. You could probably put Ollison into the practice squad and just hope nobody picks him up.
Yeah.
But you probably Ito Smith eating into his, because Jonathan Taylor can do both. He can receive, he can rush and receive. So Ito Smith is kind of like,
he's so tough though. I like that dude. I like that kid. He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else? What else do you see?
I see that you have reassurance in the safety position. Just in case O'Neal comes down. Carter was also in a lot of my mock drafts that I did. I also did Carter, especially when we had the extra pick before we did the Hurts. Just some reassurance, just in case Neal goes back down. And I'm like you, if he goes down this year, he's cut.
Yeah.
The next, I just think with me, the only big disagreement I have with you is the cornerback being that low, because I feel like we need a cornerback. Like they would have to get somebody in free agency.
That was my thing was I actually was going to have a quarterback there at 143, and then 16 was going to be Henderson.
Okay.
Yeah, so either or, I mean, this or that, it doesn't matter.
So why'd you do Chase Young as the number one pick? Let me say this. A lot of mocks have Chase Young coming to us. I'm not a big Chase Young fan because I see a lot of Vic Beasley in him.
I do too. Listen, I do too, but there's something about that. And I guess I'll start with this and we can kind of like go back and forth with my picks and then what you're saying. So like per pick. So to answer that, we'll start with my number one. Why? It's because yes, he was a beast in college. He proved himself. He did his thing. So did Vic. We know that. I don't like to say that, but it's the truth. Right. But there's something about we need this immediate help now. And I just feel like with these rookie contracts, they're not going to get broke off paid.
Right.
So you can take this chance. If he pans out to be as good as we think he can be, then you win. Then his 4-year contract ends, and then you pay him more. But if it doesn't, you cut ties. You're not gonna repeat the past with Vic Beasley.
Yeah, and also let me cut in real quick. He won't be a Vic Beasley because you already have Dante Fowler Jr. So it's not like it's all based off him. I think he'll play more of the outside linebacker in this case. So basically, where I had Anthony Jennings, you have Chase Young.
Yeah,
and I know I don't disagree with it. It's just that he had 9.5 sacks his whole career at LSU. Of course, he had 1 year where he got really hurt. I think he tore his ACL. So that is I just think at the time as an edge rusher, actually I do like your pick because we have Dante Fowler. If we didn't have Dante Fowler, I would not have liked this pick.
I think it's smart. A lot of people have him going to us. I think it works. I think that he's talented enough at his position to handle it. And plus, again, with Fowler being there, it really pairs well. We can literally have so far with I've only said one pick. With your picks and my one pick, we're already Super Bowl bound. I'm not even done with the. I'm not even done.
You're not even done.
Yeah. So either yours or my one pick so far. Now, going to the next one.
I think this is your biggest question mark to people because of your second pick, because of Todd Gurley, because we did a transition tag on Brian Hill, Ito Smith, Quadri Allison. Tell me why you went Jonathan Taylor as your second pick.
Other than skill, but just in general, obviously all these players can play. But why him? Because I don't know. It feels weird. And I don't want to feel it may be that Atlanta curse. I don't know how I feel about Todd Gurley.
Okay. I can see that.
It feels weird because, like, you know me, I was super hyped when we got him. Like, oh my goodness, like we thought he was going to Tampa. And then he comes to Atlanta and he wants to be here. So not only do we have him, people are going to play harder for somebody that they want to play for.
Right.
So I'm like, he's coming to Atlanta. Like, we're about to run it up. But he's been proven to show sometimes that he can be non-existent.
Right. And then you don't know with his knees and stuff.
Right. I do believe in him, so that I'm still hyped on it. But I still got to go off of, like, covering my back. So that's why I went here. Otherwise, if I had him available, I would have went with Swift. We've been talking about that for the whole season.
Right.
We've been saying we want a running back. We've been saying that. Now, I wanted Swift, but then I was like, Jonathan's really good still, and he was available. And I was like, I like this as my low-key third option because Swift wasn't there, and then obviously we have Gurley is my number one. So I was like, Jonathan's a good third. We need a back, and then I just don't have this. I have this weird like insecurity with Todd Gurley right now, so I don't know.
No, actually, I like your pick in the sense of what you're saying. Again, just like your first pick, if we did Todd Gurley, I wouldn't like this pick. And the only reason I wouldn't like this pick is because he had over 300 carries last year. They used him a lot. And you just don't know how much tread left is on that tire. But you're saying with him and Gurley, basically you have a two set.
If I have X amount of good tires left that are new tires, and then I rotate.
Yeah, you rotate them.
I rotate them around. I can get a good amount of years left off.
You're basically recreating Freeman and Coleman, kind of. You kind of recreating that.
That's true, and I'm okay with that.
I like that.
I'm okay because both those guys say Todd Gurley is Todd Gurley-esque. Both of these guys are proven that you can keep pounding them with the ball, and they can give you a lot of downs. Both of them. So that's great to have two guys that can give a lot of downs. Excellent. I like it.
And it's reassuring, just like you said, if it doesn't work out, you can
Look,
move on
we're
to the
trying to recreate in some format, but be better. Learn from the past. It seems like we're doing. Learn from the past of the Super Bowl year.
Right.
We're trying to
Right.
do it, but reinvent it in a way.
All right.
So.
Your next pick is probably my favorite pick of yours, Marlon Davidson. I really like him out of Auburn, but go ahead, say why you picked him.
That outs like him, his ability to rush, is bruh. If this happens, this team is nasty.
That's true.
This team is scared. Like okay, you have teams like Baltimore, teams like San Francisco, good overall all around defensive teams.
Right.
We will be in that talks, and it won't be fluff. It won't be fake.
Right.
It'll be legit with we'll be proven. It'll be backed up because these guys are gonna grind and they're gonna get after it. I really just think his presence is in the outside rushing presence. I really think that he can really dominate. And then what we had already with the team, the new signings and free agencies, and then with the draft picks, and we don't even know if we're done with free agency.
Right.
We don't even know what we're going to do
out there. It's still some really good ones out there.
But the plain fact is that they've already started the motion of trying to be better. Means that if they are still going to get people in free agency, I trust them. Yes, guys, I actually trust the Falcons right now because of you're showing me you want to be better.
Yeah.
If you talk the talk and you don't be better, then that's just normal. But you're showing me you want to be better, then yeah, I'm good with it. And I like our team with what we had, what we kept. And then I don't know what you still have people like Tack and
yeah, I think this is Tack's last year, but
yeah, but I mean, if you can still milk out some of his promise that he did have,
right?
Just like I said, this what's his name, Vic Beasley. His best year was the Super Bowl year,
right?
And you were like, oh, he's washed, he's done. Yes, true. But I said, you know what? We're gonna get the best out of him that we can. He had his second best year last year. If we can get that out of Tack,
right,
and get a little bit of that promise that we were supposed to have with him on top of what we have, including this guy, I think we'll be set. But go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I actually agree with you. This is the exact reason why I drafted Javon Kinlaw as my first pick. It's almost the same reason for Marlon Davidson here. He has 7.5 sacks. You put him next to Grady. We have one thing that we have in the quarterback in our division that other quarterbacks don't have to deal with. All three of them are stationary quarterbacks. Ain't none of them mobile. So therefore, you rush them up the middle. Also have Dante Fowler Jr. rushing in the edge. I'm not that high on Tack, but if Tack can be serviceable.
That's what I'm saying. It's just be that.
I actually like this pick because we have to move these stationary quarterbacks. Two of them are legends off their spots. You do it. The quickest way to the quarterback is the defensive tackle, a straight line. Put him next to Grady. I actually like it. That's why I had Kinlaw there too.
Can you imagine the defensive presence, like the pressure that we could provide with all this that we're talking about? And if we start blitzing more on third downs,
I agree.
Oh, nasty.
I agree.
And then not only just that, we're so full and stacked of like talent because before we've been riding with 1 to 2 people being good on defense, like providing pressure wise. Now, if you are loaded, one guy could be a little more tired than the other, but then these other 3 guys aren't as tired and they're just pounding. Come on now. You can't stop that.
I agree. And you still have John Kaminsky, who after him, he's supposed to be some. I can't think of the other Deidre Sinat. I think he's going to be gone next year.
But nobody has to do too much, which means one guy can work harder and get better, and he can have a Pro Bowl All-Star type of year and have crazy amount of sacks. Because if you take off the pressure off of one guy, like a Grady Jarrett could really dominate.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know. I like what I see from your pick and mine. All right.
Yeah.
So going down, I have Shane.
Shane, yep.
Okay. Okay. So I like what we have.
Uh-huh.
We're trying to fix what we thought was going to work with offensive line.
Uh-huh.
I think I don't know. I just think that he could be a good fit to plug up. He's a big guy. Of course that conference. I always like getting picks or think people should get picks from schools like Oregon, like he's from.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be good for it because we need to try. We need to have people. I don't know. I think drafting always proves to be well with us with this, rather than the free agencies are good or they were good rather with other teams. But then when they come here, they're not serviceable enough to stay healthy, so they're injury prone, and then they go down. And that's really my thing. It's just to clog the hole, like as far as like block and more big men.
Right. No,
what are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I don't know if he's an actual starter, but he's a developmental.
Yes.
That hopefully, again, just like Solomon Kinley, that he come in, maybe play center if Alex Mack, or he could fill the left guard position. But we need help. We need depth on. I know we just signed an offensive guard, but again, I don't think Carpenter and Brown will be here next year. I think they both signed 2-year contracts. I don't think they'll be here.
The plain fact that you can have more people dress out, I'm filling this thing up with offensive linemen.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I told you they'll draft if they should draft offensive line in every pick
because they go down like sadly so quick in our history that in recent years and seasons that we need people to just be ready to come in that are all talented and serviceable.
Right.
So the more the merrier with this. This actually applies.
Yeah, and you could put him at guard. I don't think he's a starter day one, but you could put him at guard, and you could also develop him to be center. So I think this is just like my Solomon Kinley. We kind of thought the same way.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. We develop him for the future when Alex Mack leaves and whatever we do at right guard. I mean left guard.
I could see him play guard though.
So,
what did you say?
I was looking at your next one.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Bandy. No, I was just waiting for you to. I know we need cornerback. The only reason
I'm about to go in on this.
Yeah, I know you don't like. I think not highly. I think higher on our secondary than you do. You said wipe out everybody. I like Kendall Sheffield.
Yeah.
Isaiah Oliver played better.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the safeties. I really like Keanu Neal, but he's never on the field. If DeMonte KZ is a starting free safety, I feel better about it. Me and you are not that big of fans of Ricardo Allen.
He's there at the ball. It's just like, I don't know how you could teach him to do more, but if he could do more, he could be a Hall of Fame corner if he just
he's just always around.
Which is great.
I know they say
try and teach that.
Yeah, but they say he's a leader at free safety. I just don't think he has the actual talent, I guess.
I can be a beast at another team.
Yeah, and I think he could be like a slot corner on another team. But with him, with Bandy, I just don't think that he's 5'9". I don't think he fits what
he can cover the slot. He's aggressive. He's extremely quick. He's talented. He's hungry. Yeah, he's short. Okay, cool. But his speed and his talent make up for it greatly. And I don't even need to say more about him because the dude's he's a hawk. The dude can play.
Okay.
And then clean house with the corners, man. Clean house with the corners.
So
anything's better than what we have. So
what are you doing at corner then? We already got True Fine is out. So what are you doing?
I need to pull up a list of who's available for the free agency.
And it has to be available that we can afford.
I understand. Pac-Man Jones. Pac-Man Jones for 2 more years. He said he wanted to play for 3 more.
No.
And he could play. Hey, he could play.
No.
He would be an issue to me in the locker room.
So we have Chris Harris. I didn't know Chris Harris still ain't got picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Roby. Brian Jones got picked up by the Dolphins, but he's on here. Logan Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Smith got picked up. The Ravens re-signed him.
Yeah.
It's not up to date, but what is this? No, this is February 18th. Of course, this is not up to date.
Nope.
So I was looking at just the cornerbacks. But it's what you can afford too.
But what are your thoughts about my pick, my guy right here?
I like it covering the slot. My only issue is what are you doing with the rest of it? So are you putting Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield on the outside?
Yes, and that's fine.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to know. So you're basically going with Kendall Sheffield, Isaiah Oliver, and then having him play the slot.
Yes.
Okay. I would think with that, your defensive line, which I think you did a good job drafting, they're gonna have to do it because they're just young, and you're going against Drew Brees and Tom Brady twice a year.
I agree. But again, that pressure that we're gonna provide in the middle,
right,
is gonna handle business, and I can't wait because that's gonna be exciting just to see these people just like rush these quarterbacks and or sack them. It's gonna be great.
Right. Oh, and you got Prince Amukamara. If you want to take him, I would. He's there.
Is he still expensive?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, that's sad. He once was.
Ronald Darby would probably be the best one. I would go. He's 26.
Actually, Prince Amukamara wouldn't be bad.
No, it wouldn't be bad just for a 1-year deal.
No, that wouldn't be bad at all. I'd pick that up. All
right. So last one, I think we already talked about Carter, the safety. Why? But you want to reiterate?
Yeah. First of all, clicked out. Not on my screen. First of all, Alabama defense, and you're a safety,
right?
You're about business. You got a good height at 6 foot,
right?
Almost 200 pounds. You're gonna be a leader that can play. My goodness, with Keanu.
Yeah, and I think he's an insurance for
Keanu. Yes, he is. So to be that leader, to be that like toughness, that can be that vocal person. As it mentions here, like if that linebacker goes out, he could definitely do that. And again, his discipline, his skill, that toughness, his ability to do so, I think it's a great pick to have, like you're mentioning, and we said that reassurance with that safety position.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody needs to be cut besides Ricardo Allen in that sense. For real. Right. Keep everybody else there. You have a beast mode core back there, and then as a whole with the defense in general, nasty. Just nasty.
Right.
Super Bowl contending because our offense is already set. We just need to make sure that our offensive coach does his job.
Yeah.
We already have the skill.
Right.
And we can just have them worry about that. And then we in free agency / draft picks, more so draft picks, to me, focus on our defense and offensive line.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. No, I agree. If we do that, I think we can compete because we got to compete with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Yeah. I mean, the two probably best quarterbacks, legendary wise out there. We have to.
Yeah.
I said because as soon as Tom Brady got signed to the Buccaneers, I was just like, fire Dan Quinn, Thomas Dimitrov now. But with the moves they made, shows that they are trying to compete. Hopefully, we're smarter in the draft. One person made a comment. They said they feel like sometimes the Falcons might overthink their picks. So because they can't meet and they can't do all this, it costs them less to overthink and maybe pick people on actual tape instead of like interviews.
True. Yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully we're right. I think your draft is more realistic than mine is because mine was, I don't think Kinlaw will be there. I really don't think they'll do Jalen Hurts. But
I just can't wait for us to eventually like do a quarterback.
Yeah, that would be.
Like, I do think at least next year you have to do it.
Yeah, but then why do it? Why not do it now and have a development now?
That's true because you don't know who may be available. If we're good next year, this coming season, we wouldn't need that because we won't get a high draft pick or a really good one. So I agree with that. So
you got to understand that Lamar Jackson didn't start his rookie year. Patrick Mahomes didn't start his rookie year.
Kaepernick
Rodgers sat for like 3 years. So it's like Tom Brady did he start his rookie year?
No. Well, he wasn't the starter because Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe was, but
yeah, so
who come in and have to develop and that's okay.
The only person who really came in and did some work was like a Russell.
Yeah.
What was it?
Supposed to.
No, he wasn't because they signed. What was it? Flynn.
Yeah.
For a big 2. Yeah, one.
One game.
we need to have a whole episode about that. One game.
Yeah.
Got a big 2-year contract.
And
didn't even start.
And I see Jalen Hurts. If you give him, I'm not saying he's Russell Wilson. I just see a lot of the same kind of intangibles. He might not have the skill or talent of Russell, but I see the intangibles. I just think if you give him time to sit, and
I agree.
Risk? Why not?
Well, I hope so, and I hope it's not the Broncos or any other squad. I don't know. I'd like to see him here.
Well, hopefully
we've been talking about it.
We got right with Cam Reddish, so
that's true. That was the stretch, but we called it for a whole season. Yes, You're right.
And before the NBA got suspended, he was doing well.
Yeah.
He was averaging, I think it was double figures. It was like 18, I think, in the last 5 or something like that. He was the third best player. So
they're looking at mid-June to return, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
What do you think these guys are doing right now? I obviously know a lot of them are bored because they're tweeting like crazy. They're on social media like it's nobody's business.
What they're doing.
Right. They're literally like us. Not saying they were ever different, but like celebrities and common folk are all the same right now.
Yeah.
And even in our day-to-day lives, except some of these people have giant mansions and pools in their backyard, and we have the community pools that are closed.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, how many of them do you think? What I'm trying to ask and say is, how many of them do you think are working out?
I think all of them, for the most part, are because they have to. Because you don't know if we're gonna just go straight into the playoff. You don't know if this whole season is gonna be canceled. You don't know if they're gonna have like 10 games before. I think they actually started some workouts, some guidelines. You just can't work out in the facility, so you can technically just work out amongst you guys. I would hope. Let me say that I would hope that they're still working out. That's what I say.
I know LeBron is. Because he tweeted something. Well, he's hungry. He does it anyways. Right. I know that. But these other players, the younger ones, that they're still young. They don't need it. Like they can literally eat bad and then go out and just play. Who was that who said that they could have been better early on in their career? I think it was like Damian Lillard. It was somebody that was like saying that they ate like trash early on in their career and they could have been so much better. And then the person that was like interviewing was like, you could have been better. like you're already that good. So imagine, I don't know. I know they're eating bad. I know a lot of them are eating terrible. Like a lot of people are in general during this.
Yeah.
So, but then what I'm saying is them working out. A body at rest tends to stay at rest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are their workouts even full out? Like, because my fear is you start back and you go in the full fling of thing, like full swing of thing. I don't want injuries to occur.
Why?
Because you're not taking it as serious. You're laying down more than ever because you have to lay down. You guys aren't more active. Meaning, if you're walking to the store or doing whatever, you guys aren't nobody's as active. Right. So tightness will occur. I don't want any pullings. I don't want any injuries. I don't want any popping of anything. So I don't know.
But that's why I think you have to have 10 games before the season starts. First of all,
I agree. It's a preseason like.
Yeah, it's a preseason, and it's not fair for like the Pelicans who were like looked like they were going to overtake the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
a spot is not fair for people like them for seedings. I think you should do 10 games just for that. So I don't know. They talking about basketball now. As of right now, Christian Woods is the third player who was saw positive of the coronavirus.
Yeah,
fully recovered. He did a test, and he is now negative for the coronavirus. So, I don't know where Rudy Gobert is or Donovan Mitchell. Durant got it last week, but he wasn't playing anyway. It was 3 more Nets got it and 2 Lakers.
And what's the name from the Celtics?
Marcus Smart got it from the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in mid-June is realistic. I really do. And I'm just ready.
Because not even just that, you can't go from, oh, we're all at home, they're all at home, and then boom, you got a game tomorrow.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, operations have to go back.
Absolutely.
To normal and practicing.
Yep.
Working out with trainers, all that stuff. So it literally has to probably be, even if the world continues back to normal in May, as we were talking about, like mid-May or so, they have to start in mid-June. Because you have to do in a way, you have to do a whole preseason like setting.
Yeah. You gotta get your body right.
Even though it won't be preseason games, those games will matter for seeding.
Right.
But you still have to get your body right.
And the NBA wants to still recoup some of their money that they're gonna lose. They're not gonna, if they cancel the whole season, believe me, it was a last resort.
Yeah,
they are going to try to get some of their money back. So they're going to do everything in their power to have games.
I get it, because like you had a season just like soccer, MLS. Yeah, season already start. Well, actually, no, MLS really didn't start.
I think they one game, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. So NBA was in full swing of things. Baseball hadn't started yet. They were about to. What now?
Right. Today should be opening day, shouldn't it?
Yeah. And then they did, something about that. Yeah. So NBA is the only sport of basketball was losing out of all this.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Because baseball hadn't started yet. Football obviously is just like chilling as of now. Yeah, so it's just basketball that's just taking that L right now with this financially.
Yep, and that's why they're going to try to do everything in their power to.
Now that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Yeah. So that wraps it up. Wow. We did an hour of this, and that's more than what ESPN can say right now. Shout out to them now.
Right.
But guys, we'll be back with next week with more. I'm sure a little bit of something will develop and we'll discuss it. I'm pretty sure. So guys, stay safe, stay clean. We have a good amount of episodes of hours of podcasts for you guys to watch and or listen to, so you guys can stay active, and you can check out all of our predictions that we made in the past, because we've been pretty good with this. So that's out there for you guys to watch and listen to. So thank you guys so much. Daryl, as always, my good co-host, sir. It's always a pleasure. We'll be back next week. This will be up on Friday as usual. And so you guys can see on the ticker right there to follow us on our social medias and all that good stuff there. And we will catch you guys next week with another, I guess, jam-packed episode. And we'll see you guys then. Again, stay safe and have a good one, y'all. Take it easy.